And I think we're live, Debbie. I'm just going to check it in my group because if this is working. Oh, now I think it just went live now in my group. I'm just going to check though, because if I am live in my group, yes!
Oh, well done.
Hip, hip, hooray!
Well done indeed.
I'm live, everyone, in my group. I'm so excited. You won't believe the tech issues I've had. Well, if anyone in this group's listened to this and they deal with tech on a daily basis, you'll probably understand it's been really difficult, especially with the move and especially with the internet getting connected with Vodafone. And anyway, I'm here. You're here, Debbie. I'm so happy. It looks like we've got two people watching, but that might be you and I. I don't
Who
know.
knows? That's fine. That's fine. People watch on the
Anyways,
replay.
yes. So without further ado, I'd love you to introduce yourself as one of my experts in my group. I know we've done a video before introducing you, but I'm working on something behind the scenes that's going to allow everyone in the group to get closer access to all my lovely experts and myself. So I want you to reintroduce yourself, tell us what you do, how you help women, how you got there, why you do that, and what was the other thing? Had a whole list of things to say then, and it's gone. I'm just too excited that this is working.
I
Anyway,
know.
I'll let you have the floor, Debbie.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm Debbie Reed, and I am a ladies coach, so midlife coach. Anybody really over 40, to be honest, but I see a lot of women 50 plus. Um, and I started coaching. I feel as if I've been a coach forever, and I haven't at all, but I have been a hairdresser and a makeup artist for 35 years plus. So I've done a lot of listening to women, chatting with women, and just making them feel confident and amazing. Really, that's what I really love doing. I love instilling confidence into women, and I love them feeling good. So that's the main thing that I do. And we work in a lot of ways. I do obviously normal coaching, and I do belief coding as well. So belief coding goes a bit more deep, it goes into the subconscious. Um, and I started coaching. I'll tell you why I started coaching. I got into a network marketing business a few years ago. Um, and you can't connect the dots until you've been through the whole process, can you, sometimes? So I was a hairdresser makeup artist, absolutely loved it. And then I got to a point in life where I wanted to learn something new. And I found a network marketing business. And along with the network marketing business comes personal development, and I loved it. And I started to build a team, which I had no intention of doing, but I did start to build a team. And I really wanted to help the women in my team succeed. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to do some coaching. So I did a coaching course. And then the one thing that I realized was that coaching is great and I loved it, but we all have subconscious things that are going on with us. So, for an example, my dad died when I was 16. And I know now that I didn't deal with that. I just suppressed it all and I just got on with life because I wanted to be a normal 16-year-old. I didn't want people feeling sorry for me or any of that. And then 10 years ago, my sister died. And again, I did that thing where I looked after everybody else because that's what we do. So I looked after everybody else, all of my family, my kids, whatever. And I just kept busy. I just was busy, 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 busy. And then when I started coaching, I had to deal with all of that stuff because obviously you learn coaching and then you have a coach as well. And then when I did the belief coding, that was when everything really came out and I really kind of went back in time, went back to memories that had happened years and years ago and things that had happened to me. And I kind of realized that actually what happens with us is we deal with things, or we think we deal with things, but we don't really get to the bottom of something. And unless you get to the bottom of something, you just you just kind of treading water, really. I think, you kind of think, oh yeah, that's better, but you're not really you're not getting to the real crux of what's going on. And so for that, I absolutely love belief coding. So I kind of bring that in because there are women that have all sorts of issues, and it could be that they just can't lose weight. You know, I dealt with a woman that had weight issues, and because right back in time, before she was before she was 9, she had 2 major things that happened in her life, and she had blocked them out. But those 2 things in her mind at that time, as a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old, she had built up this thing saying, I've got to be big, I've got to be bigger, and if I was bigger, that wouldn't have happened to me, so I wish I was bigger, I've got to be big. And for the whole of her life, she was kind of like, she'd lose a bit of weight, and then subconsciously this thing came in saying, oh, I've got to be bigger, I've got to be bigger. And that just didn't go away until we dealt with it. So I think the thing is, I carried grief around with me for such a long time, like an absolute rucksack on my back. And I just think, we're not well. I am all about wellness, feeling good, feeling confident. And we're just not well if we don't deal with all of our baggage that we carry around. And I think that's really important. So that's basically what I do and how I do it. And then also I deal with a lot of other things. I do makeup lessons. A few weeks ago, I'd given a lady 6 coaching sessions. She then had a makeup lesson because she said, I just feel invisible. I walk into a board meeting, nobody sees me. I don't wear makeup, don't feel confident. So I gave her a makeup lesson, and then actually ended up giving her her whole wardrobe a makeover, which actually I don't do. That's not on my list of things that I ever do. But she was so stuck, and I said to her, right, okay, come on, let's get on a Zoom, open up your wardrobe, show me all your things, and let's try some stuff on. And we ended up doing that as well, and it was lovely. And I just love it when people then, I get a message from her in an outfit that she's put together and said, life is so much easier now. And that's what we want, isn't it, really?
That's really rewarding, isn't it?
Really reward. Yeah, I love it.
And I find the belief coding absolutely fascinating. I've got quite a few friends now that do it. And it's, I find it really, really fascinating what we hold deep
Yeah,
down.
we do. Yeah, we do.
And you just don't know that it's affecting you.
Yeah. And the trouble is, when you think of us as, you're a parent, I'm a parent, and even though we could be really good parents, you could have a stonking headache, you can have lots of things going on, and then your child comes in as a 3-year-old with a tambourine or something going on, and you think, oh, for goodness sake, go away, or whatever, and it's awful, but everybody has a breaking point. And then you get that child goes away to their bedroom, and then 2 weeks later at school, the teacher says, oh, you stupid person, you didn't do this. And all of these things add up, add up, add up. And that's why lots of, not just women, people have worthiness problems, or they won't go for promotion because they think they're not worthy of it or whatever, just because of all of those things in the background.
They don't know why until they have the belief coding done.
Yeah, exactly. And then they come back to we go to a memory, and that memory can be in this lifetime, it can be in a past lifetime, it can be in the womb.
Me as well.
Yeah, I know, it really is. It is a fascinating thing. But the thing that I love about belief coding is that you're not going back in time for months and months and months dredging everything up. You're literally going into a belief coding session can take it roughly, it's around about 2 hours. It can be a little bit longer if you have more than one memory popping up. which actually lots of people do. So it can be between 2 and 3 hours, let's say. But actually, you've dealt with a problem. And that's not to say that you haven't got more that you might need to deal with at a later time, or you might be dealing with something that's quite big that you think, okay, perhaps we're going to need 3 sessions of this. But it's quite quick getting things done. It's not like months of therapy where you're having to go and face things. And, I think it's just, it's a session and you release something and you come out of there and you think, oh my gosh. And then the next thing you do, I just did a belief coding session a while ago, and the lady would not go live. And she said, oh, I can't. Every time I go live, I stop myself. And then I would rather, she said, I unstack the dishwasher, I do this, that, and the other, and I'll do anything. And I'll go back to it and I think, press the button. Oh, no, I daren't. I'm not going to do it. And she had a belief coding session about it. And she's going live now.
What was her belief, just out of curiosity?
This was all to do with childhood. It was all to do with her mum saying something to her and so she didn't believe she was good enough. And it was a worthiness thing.
Yeah. Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So there you go, ladies. You heard it. You heard how Debbie can help you. She's a talented lady in more than one way. And I'm really grateful that you're an expert in my group. I'm really
thank you. Well, there's lots of us, aren't there? It's such an amazing group because so many,
we all have
lots
something
of lovely women. Yeah.
We all have something slightly different to bring to the table. So, you can pick and choose. That's why I love it. That's what I'm working on behind the scenes. I don't want to blurt it out because I'm developing it, but bringing us all together and making us all available, so it's going to be magical, and I'm really excited. I'm very grateful. I know you're off out for dinner tonight with your lovely hubby. So thank you for sparing this short time with us and being my first live on Zoom.
You're very welcome. It's lovely. It's just great to be a part of this, Jo. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Debbie. Take care. Have a lovely evening.